Hello, in this how-to video we will be looking at using meshbot rules as a trigger in another meshbot rule. Now, an example why you might want to do this, we could set up a kind of global reference rule for a specific time of day, for example. We then might have 10 other rules that reference the first rule as the trigger. If later we decided to change that time of day to a different time, I would only have to edit one rule, the main reference rule. I wouldn't have to go in and individually edit 10 different rules. So that's a good example why we might want to use this. You can see here I've already got the reference rule set up. It's before sunset 40 minutes. And if we just edit that and have a look at it. So all it is, it's just a trigger. There's no actions. So we specified date and time. I then selected special time of day, sunset, before, and 40 minutes. I gave it a name, before sunset 40 minutes, and I saved it with no action. We can then create additional rules. So if we create a new rule, local, and we could call this one schedule lounge lamps on. And for the trigger, we add and we select on this drop down meshbot. We then select the rule that we want to reference. So we're going to select before sunset 40 minutes. So that's the trigger. These are the different states that the reference rule can be in: failed, finished, partly finished, any result, meshbot enabled, meshbot disabled. In this example, we need to select finished. We then just add our actions. So we want to turn on the lounge lamps. So we add an action, device, find the lamps, and we can either switch them on or we can set them to a particular dim level. I'm going to select dim 50 so they're not too bright. Add another action if you want further lights or devices. Dimmer 50%. And then we would just save. And then I could create another rule for some other lights, say, and I could also use meshbot and then my reference trigger rule. And that way I can have multiple rules all using the same trigger. And like I say, if I want to later change that time, I just have to edit this one main rule here.